Jens, what are three things you want people to know about Configit?
So I think the key thing that I would like to explain to people about Configit is about our virtual tabulation and really how we deal with configuration and handling configuration in the end. Besides that, I think we're a very exciting, very global company. We have people from all over the world, and we're available all over the world. And then besides that, I think one of the things that we're extremely proud of is that we have never failed to deliver a project. And I think that's really the three key benefits that I typically take.
And what benefits do customers tell you about when they use the Configit CPQ software?
So the key things that we get for feedback for our customers is very much around the customer, the user experience, how the people are working with our configurator. That is really key to them, that they give a lot better guidance and a lot better support to their users when they use Configit. Besides that, it's very much about that once a configuration comes through Configit, it is guaranteed that it doesn't have any errors. It can be used directly and can be taken to downstream processing. And finally, it is simply about speed. It is much more efficient for our customers to work with our solutions, both to develop and build up the configurable products, but also how they then in the end actually interact with the end user on their websites or on their CPQ tools.
And when you look back to 2022, what was the biggest customer success story that you had last year?
Yeah, so I think definitely it is a lot around getting more traction and getting our customers to expand to broader territories and to more areas and more markets where they can utilize the same configuration models that they already have and already have modeled, for instance, for internal purposes, and then expose that to new users. And that is actually one of the things that I've experienced with a couple of my own projects, that they have been initially focused very specifically on a certain user group, but then last year I've had the time and the capacity to actually expand that and suddenly get a much broader reach for the same information.
Got it. And I think the industries that you focus on is industrial machinery and automotive. And what are typical customer requirements that you hear from them? Can you name us a couple?
So it is exactly about industrial machinery and components or automotive. And the key thing, of course, is a lot about mass customization, that the number of variants in the products is just growing and growing and growing. And then that is actually a two-edged sword, because you both have the scenario about how do you maintain and deal with that whole complexity that you have there. That's one area we can solve, but then it's also how do you actually catch and wheel that complexity back in, because there will, when you have such a significant amount of variants and such a big and significant amount of options on your products, there will be things you may never sell. And then why maintain it? Why keep it? Because it does require cost over time.
Got it. The last question I have to ask you now is about sustainability, right? So sustainability is a big topic, obviously, in Europe. It's a big topic around the world, but different people understand different things under it, right? So now tell me, why does Configit think it is an interesting topic, and what do you do for your customers in regards to that?
Yeah. I think we actually have two different areas where we have a lot of advantages in the way that we are doing and we are approaching sustainability. So one thing is just the way our technology works, because a typical, you can say, configurator uses a sequential execution engine where you reconfigure and recompile the solution space whenever you make a selection and whenever you interact with it. The way our technology works is actually something that we do at compile time, and then from there on it's just a lookup in a table, meaning that we actually save quite a lot of power when you're interacting with the configuration engine in itself. But besides that, of course, it's a lot about working with automotive vendors and with the industrial machinery and components. It is products where their customers also have demands for sustainability. And one of the things that we focus a lot on in our software is really how do you allow to model your products so that the customer in the end can go in and choose the component that has the best rating from a sustainability perspective, for instance, and thereby actually allowing the customer to choose the most green option instead of choosing the engine with the fewest horsepower. That may not necessarily be the best one for you in the end. So thereby actually providing a classification and an optimization for the customer in the end.